Hey everyone, welcome to class today. We're going to spend a few minutes stretching the back out. So if you've got any back pain or you've just woken up with a really sore back from training last night, this is the class for you. Okay, so to start off with, just lay down on your back. Okay, get a nice flat back in the mat, tuck your chin so it's not poking up towards the ceiling, and then bring your knees up and just lightly bring your hands in front of your knees and lightly hinge at the hips and pull them down. Okay, we're going to keep a flat back on the mat to begin with here. And take a couple of breaths. And then start to bring your knees in towards your chest and maybe lift your lower back off the mat. And lower down, but go really easy, especially if you're sore. Good. Same again. Lower down. 2 or 3 more. Very slowly, bringing that lower back up. And it's really important today that we don't push into any pain. We're just trying to get a bit of movement, especially if we're feeling tight. Okay, open your knees a little more, and then wrists on the insides of your knees. Open the knees out, and same thing here. Just 3 or 4 times. Opening the knees, bringing them in. Maybe lift your lower back, and back down. Good. Okay. Knees up, and then I'm going to bring my knees over to the left and over to the right very lightly. I'm not overextending this. I'm not trying to touch the mat. Just left and right a few times. You're almost massaging your lower back on your mat or the floor. And then we'll do some little circles with our knees. Again, small, not enough to turn us onto our side. Change direction, just some small circles. And then bring your left ankle onto your right knee. And then reach through, either grab your hamstrings or your shin. Just ease into a bit of a hip stretch here. Again, a few breaths. And switch sides. We're stretching the outer hips here. Whatever you're comfortable with. Again, start off really shallow, work into it. And then turn onto your side and make your way up to all fours. And then from all fours here, again, if we've got a really sore back, we don't have to go the whole way, but I just want you to sit your hips back over your heels. And then come back up, walk the hands forward slightly, sit the hips back again. And if we get to here and you feel a really good stretch, chill there and make your way back up. There's no need pushing into that pain. Sit back again and back up. And again, back up. And then this time, sitting back onto your heels, rest your forehead in the mat, and take 3 or 4 breaths, just stretching out the lower back here. Okay, back up to all fours, then just drop your hips down, keep the knees in the mat, shrug the shoulders back to open the chest. Now we're just trying to send our hips, so the front of our hips down to the mat. And you don't need to look up here. Just keep your neck in line with your spine and breathe. Slowly back to all fours. Now, keep your weight in your left hand here. Lift the right hand up and open that right hand up to the ceiling, looking up to the right hand. Now we're going to punch that under our left armpit. I'm going to reach that towards you. Then come back up, lift that right hand up to the ceiling. Down, walk that hand under the armpit and back up. And the more we do this, the more I want you to try and open out into a bit of a twist here. 2 more. And inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. And then drop that right shoulder down in the mat into this twist. And just take 3 breaths here. And again, if you're up here and you can feel a twist or a stretch, then stay here. Just do what works for you. Good. Come out of that. Let's go left side. So plant the right hand. The left hand opens up towards the ceiling. Then reach under. Back up. And under. Let's do 3 more. Back up. And under. Last one. Big inhale up. Exhale down. And rest that left shoulder on the mat. Take 3 breaths. Okay, come back up. Now we're going to come into pigeon, but I want you to go really shallow with this. So start with the right side, so right knee under the right wrist, pivot the right foot under your left hip, and then go back and try and do about 60% of what you would normally do here. So we're really shallow. So just going back so that it's not a crazy stretch. It's just enough to feel your hips opening out a bit here and a nice stretch. Don't want to overdo anything here, particularly if that back is sore. Let's come back up. Switch sides, so left knee, left foot under the right hip, right knee back, and again, nice and shallow this time, just so you can feel that stretch, but it's not intense, because we've not done a long flow or anything here. We're just trying to get to the point where we're comfortable for the rest of the day, and we can't really feel those rounds last night or whatever's made you feel sore. Good. Let's sit down on the mat with our feet in front of us. Knees bent. Lay them back. Now, let's think about lifting our hips up. So, to start with, I'm going to tuck my hips so that my hips are lifting, but I'm lifting the lowest point of my back off the mat first. Then we're peeling the rest of the back off the mat. So keep lifting the hips. Now I'm up to my upper back. I'm shrugging my shoulders back to open my chest as well and lift my hips even more. Take a breath here. Then rolling the back down. So starting with the back of the shoulders, then the middle of the back, then the lower back, then the back of the hips. Take a breath with a nice flat back. Okay, let's get ready to go again. So just open your hands out to the sides, and now we'll get that hip tilt. So lift the lowest point of your back, driving the hips up. Keep driving, shrugging the shoulders back to open that chest as well. Take a breath. Maybe your hips are higher this time. Okay, let's roll the back all the way down. Take a breath with a flat back. And let's go again. So tilt those hips. Use the glutes, drive the hips up, shrug the shoulders back when we get there. Keep lifting, keep lifting. And then slowly rolling the back all the way down. With a nice flat back in the mat. Good. Okay, now take your left ankle, put it on top of that right knee again. And now I'm going to turn to the right. So my left foot, which is the top foot, is going to drop to the mat. As I turn to the right, I'm facing away from you. But now my left hand is going to reach up. And then I'm turning and opening out here. So nice twist. So the left hand's opening. This left knee is just dropping down. into a twist. And I'm not pushing into anything. This is just what it is, wherever you get to. Take a couple of breaths, really feeling this stretch. Let's come out of that. And then push yourself onto your back. Switch your feet, so back into this stretch. Now come to your left side. Then the right hand goes up, and that opens out all the way, so you're looking over to the right. Then your right knee is just lightly dropping, and we're just breathing here. Okay, back to your left side. Push yourself onto your back. And now finally, just make your way up to your feet. And lift your hips here, but just hang down in a forward fold. We're keeping our knees nice and bent. And just check where your weight is. So at the moment, my weight's in my heels. I'm going to bring my weight slightly into the balls of my feet, but with a nice bend in the knees. And I'm just hanging forwards here. Take 3 breaths. Okay, and then sit yourself back down. And that is it for class today. Just a super chill one to hopefully stretch out the back, make you feel a little bit better so you can move around and not just be reminded how crushed you feel after jiu-jitsu last night. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.